All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to walk through a really simple story about a boy, a balloon, and a question that is, well, anything but simple. What does it actually mean to be free? So I want you to picture this, a lively, bustling fair. Our story starts here, with a young boy named Andy who's there with his family. Something has just caught his eye, and this one little moment is about to kick off a journey he totally wasn't expecting. Andy's mom gets him this awesome, huge, dinosaur-shaped balloon, and she ties it to his little sister's stroller. So Andy's just sitting there in the dining area, completely mesmerized, just watching it float and dance in the breeze. And as he watches, he starts to drift off to sleep, which is right where our story really begins. And bam, he's in a dream. All of a sudden, he finds himself rising up, up, up into the sky. And guess what he's in? The basket of that very same dinosaur balloon, just soaring high above the world. The balloon just kind of lands gently on a cloud. Andy hops out and sees this little pavilion up ahead. He walks over, and who's waiting for him inside? His great-grandfather. And he's got this knowing smile, like he can already tell the boy has something big on his mind. So Andy opens up about what's been troubling him. See, in school, they've been talking about this idea, existentialism, which kind of suggests that to be truly free, you have to reject all the rules. But Andy's really stuck on this. He's thinking, wait a minute, if rules are just limitations, does real freedom mean I have to break every single one? Something about that just doesn't feel right to him. It feels wrong. Now, he's great-grandfather. He's a wise man. He doesn't just launch into some boring lecture. Nope. Instead, he offers a simple story, a choice that cuts right to the heart of what's confusing Andy. He poses this simple but really powerful question. Imagine you're standing at a fork in the road. To the left is quicksand, to the right is an oasis. And he asks, if I tell you, hey, go right, have I actually limited your freedom? And this just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. If you choose to ignore the advice and go left, you end up in quicksand. You're stuck. You can't move at all. Your freedom is completely gone. But if you follow that guidance and go right, you reach the oasis, a place of possibility where you've actually gained freedom. And that is the light bulb moment for Andy. It just clicks. A good rule, a helpful piece of advice, it's not a cage. Not at all. It's a map. It's a path that guides you away from the quicksand and towards the oasis. But Andy keeps thinking. Okay, he asks, but what if I get to the oasis and I just don't want to do anything? And his great-grandfather's answer is just so profound. He explains that simply being alive is the foundation of all freedom. Your life itself is the beginning of infinite possibilities, even if you don't see it in this exact moment. And this is where the conversation takes a more serious turn. Andy's great-grandfather addresses the most extreme way you could interpret breaking all the rules, a tragic misunderstanding that some people have about their freedom and their own lives. He brings up a really difficult question. If you follow that logic of breaking all rules makes me free, some might mistakenly believe that taking their own life is the ultimate act of personal choice, a personal right. But his great-grandfather offers this powerful reframing. He says, my child, suicide is not the gaining of a right, but the forfeiture of all rights. Just think about that for a second. It's not an act of gaining freedom. It's the complete surrender of every possibility you ever had. It's like slamming a door shut that can never, ever be reopened. It eliminates every single future you might have had, all those tomorrows where you might have found your purpose. And it leaves this lasting wave of pain for everyone who cares about you. And just then, Andy wakes up. He's back at the fair. The dream is over, but that lesson he learned up on the clouds is about to become crystal clear, right here in the real world. He looks over, and there it is, the dinosaur balloon, still tied to the stroller, still just dancing in the wind. But now he sees it completely differently. He finally understands the true purpose of that string holding it. He realizes that if he were to cut the string, giving the balloon what looks like freedom, it would just fly higher and higher until the pressure makes it pop. It would vanish forever. The very thing that appears to restrict it is actually what allows it to exist and dance in the wind. And this brings us to the final beautiful takeaway from Andy's dream. Some strings aren't for binding you, they're for protecting you. That string isn't a chain, it's a lifeline.
It's a connection that keeps the balloon safe, allowing it to dance instead of being destroyed. So, we end with this thought for you to carry with you. What are the strings in your life? The rules from loving parents, the guidance of good teachers, the laws that keep society safe. Maybe they aren't cages at all. Maybe they are the protective strings that give us the real, lasting freedom to dance.